Alright, so like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Netflix time. This movie's called Fistful of Vengeance. Spoiler alert, let's get it. So this story takes place in Bangkok, and then we have Lou on the right and Kai on the left. Kai is the Wu assassin. Okay, so I didn't know this going into it, but apparently this show is based off of this movie, my bad, is based off of a show called The Wu Assassin, which has like one season and it's on Netflix now, so there you go. I knew about the show but never watched it. Now I'm looking at it like, damn. I'm watching the movie before I watch the show, so there you have it. But I will be watching the show now, so thanks, Dee Dee. So then we got this guy by the name of Tommy. He's talking to some chick trying to get a business. But then he tells about trying to stop this 1,000-year-old shape-shifting god or something because his sister Jenny was killed by him. So Kai and Lou are in there whipping ass. And kind of find out Tommy's part of the crew of the infiltration unit. Because when Shorty tries to spike his drink, he ends up throwing the drink right back in her face. He knew what she spiked it with. Some type of juice and stuff that gets rid of powers and it's like a poison. Then as they're fighting, next thing you know, everybody gets frozen in time. And the guy by the name of Pai Mei starts talking to him. But he goes by the name Clear. Apparently the chick Tommy was talking to was a part of this assassination squad, but unfortunately he didn't get any information out of her. So next day the rest of the crew's gotta go talk to Clear. So they get to this hidden guarded temple, and here's Mr. Clear. So apparently the reason he didn't want to meet in person at first is because he's trying to hide his energy. See, his energy stems from thousands of years ago. He's part of a yin and yang circle. The other part is this lady named Chaos, and she wants war and destruction. And the reason he's hiding his energy because he doesn't want Chaos to learn his location. But apparently Chaos has something to do with Jenny's death. So they gotta find some way to get to Chaos, but she's fortress is heavily guarded. They're gonna need some type of strategy, and Tommy has an idea. So they go to this one spot and they're waiting on somebody. They wait on this chick, but who is she? Turns out it's this lady named Priya, and apparently she knows Tommy very well. I know, right? So apparently she's gonna be their strategy. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, you got this chick named Zulu. Now who the heck is she? Then in another room, you got this nigga being tortured. But then Zulu comes in and she gonna do the real torturing. He about to give up all the information, all the goods. Meanwhile, Priya tells the crew to just go ahead and go shopping and she gonna get some information. Cause apparently she got connects to the underground world. And basically she comes back with the layout. And because of her, they know exactly which building Chaos is gonna be in tomorrow. Tomorrow's come, now it's time. She got a magic ball, what's that for? And who arrives on the scene? Chaos. So apparently the information that Zulu got from that dude is scoping out the same damn building. So is she like an FBI agent or something? She go upstairs, she about to conduct business. Apparently Eminem liked this show too, because he got his songs all over the soundtrack. So the thing is, Tommy and Priya go through the metal detector. And when they got scanned, there was guns in the bag. What the heck are you doing, Tommy? Of course they get pulled up on. But it was a distraction to let Kai and Lee in. Lou, I mean. But why'd they do it like this? And here we go, Chaos goes in to have her meeting. But then out of nowhere, she starts making this big ass crystal ball. It's like, what is going on here? And all you hear a guy screaming. Come to find out the guns they brought in were like water guns. Clearly the distraction that Tommy and Priya invented. As Chaos dips out, she's controlling people with magic, and then she takes her leave. Meanwhile, Lee and Kai go up to the floor. They go in the room and find out Chaos eviscerated everybody. But what's the reason for this? Zulu comes in the room and she thinks our heroes did this. But then she sees Lou and apparently they had past history. Apparently they met in London. They were smashing back in the day, giving a business. Apparently back then he was pushing cars and he found out she was an Interpol agent. So while I try to convince her they didn't do anything, but then Tommy gets the drop on her like, yo, chill that shit out. Then they tell the story about Chaos and the shapeshifting god and all this stuff. She tries to call her peoples back in the van. They don't get no response. And now she with the crew that has time for beef and all that action. So throughout all the fighting, Kai meets up with a familiar foe. So she's here just to knock off the Wu assassin. Basically, she's just trying to get paid off the shit. And I guess power too. And then you already know what time it is, they get the beefing. So after all that, they gotta get the fuck out. The crew ends up going back to Zulu's van, which they find out real quickly that nobody's there because everybody got done dead in this shit. Nevertheless, they get in and make their escape. Apparently, so they thought because they were being chased. Then they start lighting up the van. They find some guns. They start shooting back through the bullet holes of the van. Then these niggas get the idea to start throwing kerosene tanks at the van. Then they blow the whole van on its side. And these motherfuckers would have been dead if it wasn't for the windshield completely being destroyed and they crawled through the windshield away. They just get to fighting in the streets. Now I thought to myself at this point, what happened to their guns? Why they not trying to shoot the niggas? So apparently it goes like this. Chaos wants Kai alive. See, Chaos needs Kai for some type of ritual or something. But doesn't explain why the bad guys could have just shot the rest of them niggas. Especially after they got the van, it was open season. So it was like, I'm glad the rest of them didn't get shot, but still. From a bad guy's perspective, that scientifically makes no fucking sense. Psychologically, I mean. So anyway, they hop in a boat, they still being chased by niggas, but eventually they end up getting into a slip. So they get to this place, apparently it's Priya's hometown. And there's this tunnel they can't get through unless their spirit deems worthy of it. So Kai's got history with this guy by the name of Quan Chi. They discuss about the legend of Bangkok, I guess. So he discusses about a Tao that's being broken, and Chaos needs both pieces so they can start the world all over in this celestial sentence. Apparently they had one piece of the Tao and somebody else has the other. So apparently Tommy had the other piece of the half. It was given to him by Jenny, so that's probably why Jenny was killed. Tommy tried to destroy it, it obviously didn't work. Zulu and Lou get some alone time, and she really missed them. Time for they get the business. Meanwhile, Quan Chi catches Kai training, and he knows what Kai was up to. See, once his friends went to sleep, Kai was going to handle the mission alone, because he knows they're after him. He knows when his friends get killed. Quan Chi says, hey, if you're going to do that, my Jeep is downstairs. But if not, you follow your heart and soul, and you stay here with the crew. Then Tommy and Priya get some alone time. Priya tells a story about how her family, her mom, dad, and her sister all died in a fourth flood or something like that. And that just happened off mere accident. No magic, nothing like that. Tells Lizzie was gonna be there for there. They get that kissing. Later on, Tommy goes back to the room. But before Priya joins him, she gets a text message from an unknown number. Talk about, I got an offer for you. I can give you what you want. She's like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. But then the text back saying, I can give you your family back. She's like, the fuck? Meet me down by the docks. So instead of meeting with Tommy, she meets by the Celestial Gateway. Next thing we get this blinding light. All of a sudden, she's talking to Chaos and tells her she can bring her family back. Just like that. And all she has to do is get the stone from Tommy and transfer Kai's powers into the stone. You mean you can't tell me you're being hoodwinked, bamboozled? You can't see through this shit? Apparently not, because she goes in the room and takes Tommy's necklace while he's asleep. Goes up to Kai while he's asleep and gets his magical powers. The powers light up the stone. Everybody wakes up and now it's beef again. So you're probably thinking to yourself, how did Chaos get through there? Well, apparently, Priya took down the border, letting Chaos walk across the bridge. So there you go. The bottom line is my man Kai's still a beast, but he's got to fight off people that got powers too. And it's very difficult for him. They wipe out a bunch of niggas with Quan Chi's help towards the end. He tells his crew to get in a jeep so they get the fuck out of there. Quan Chi's gonna hold them off. But Quan Chi didn't hold him off long. He got done deal daddy this shit. Damn it, man. So now they're thinking about the stone. Tommy knows it came from some type of great dig site. He remembers because he seen a piece of the stone symbol when he was in the building. So now it's time to go to the site for the final confrontation. So apparently, even after they took his power, they still need to take his ultimate power to revive Pai Mei, the first man. Who I guess then would have the power to shapeshift the entire world or something. So Chaos and them would basically welcome him to come to the gravesite. So now we're at the gravesite. Then we find out Claire and Chaos been working together the entire time. Been watching over everything the entire time. And on top of that, he was the one that hired Zom to do what she needed to do anyway. She about the power, the money, all that shit. Everybody gets that. Now it's time for the final beef and all that shit. Kai one-on-one. Apparently Zom used to work under Kai's father. And on top of that, she was the one that personally killed Jenny. So yeah, it's beef. Now Chaos is the one that executed the order, but Zom herself personally finished off Jenny. So Chaos ends up fighting Zulu, Tommy, and Priya after Priya made her escape. Because of course you weren't going to bring back your parents. It was all a trap, you idiot. Priya, what the fuck was you thinking? Chaos played on her emotions. So Chaos gets done deal. Zulu ends up snapping her neck. So it's Tommy straightening everything out with Priya. What the hell is this Chaos getting back up? How the hell is she doing this? Oh, so now you're thinking to yourself, she snapped her neck, she got back up. How do you kill this bitch? Meanwhile, Kai finishes off Zam, snaps her neck, done deal, dead as shit. And because she's human, she is done deal, dead as shit. Kai gets to the spot. Looks like everybody's just down there cleaning up shit, right? Then Claire pops out. He reveals his master plan. And he's got the sacrificing dagger too. And I guess he takes the rest of his powers. Then he combines both crystals, starts floating in the air. Then he becomes Panji, the first man. I guess he was the first man to ever have these powers or something like that, but sure. And the first thing he does with these powers is to mind control Lu and make Lu and Kai fight. They end up fighting, he snaps him out of it, and apparently Kai still got more powers. So apparently he's got unlimited powers. He's just an unstoppable beast. That's that unbox shit for you, nigga. Meanwhile, they're triple T in chaos. Spear got kicked in the air. It somehow landed in her mouth and Tommy finished her ass off. She blew up and now she's a done deal. Really officially done deal dead as shit. So there you go. Tommy and her friends killed Chaos. Meanwhile, the original man tried to escape back down the hole as Kai chased after him. So his purpose wasn't to escape, but his purpose was to secure and trap Kai down there with him. All his friends are there to try to make sure he doesn't sink in. And in this random ass world where they're now fighting one-on-one, Lee goes on there and help him. They kick his ass. The first man is defeated. Turns back into clear. He's done deal dead as shit. The friends pull him up and everybody's safe. Then they get the hell out the temple. Next thing you know, they're all in the resort chilling. And they all live happily ever after. The end. Basically, what I took away from all this is this. I need to watch the season 1 of Wu Assassins to try to figure out what the fuck I just watched and get some extra info and insight to this stuff. Fistful of Vengeance on Netflix. Check it out. Like, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Like, easy, man. Ah! Big. You got that slogan.